Hi, my name's Carys Allen. I go to Charlton School. My favourite subjects are tech and drama. I'm 11. I've got a brother called Jacob and a sister called Hannah. My sister's 13 and my brother's 3. I probably get on with my brother best, although he's very annoying. Because my sister's a teenager, so she's a stroppy. I was born with complex congenital heart defects, and I'm on warfarin and captopril. I take my captopril 3 times a day: lunchtime, breakfast, and night and bedtime. And my warfarin I take 7 milligrams at night, like at bedtime. But after personal time, before lunch, I go and have my medicine with my friends. Sometimes it annoys me taking my medicine because, like, if you forget, you think, oh no, what's going to happen? Something bad might happen. What's my mum going to say? But I don't forget it that much because I'm used to taking it now. My mum still reminds me to take my medicine a bit, but at school I know that after personal time, before break, and lunch, I go and have my medicine. It's easy when I'm at school.
My name's Mrs. Edwards. I'm a first aid officer. I've been here for 6.5 years, and I look after Carys when she comes if she feels ill or for a medication at lunchtime. Carys is a very bubbly and outgoing young lady, very independent, and nothing gets in her way. She's always smiling, always. And I'll tell you what, I can hold my hat off for her. I mean, she had an operation recently and she's got a scar and she doesn't complain. She's very rarely in here saying she feels poorly or anything. You know, she's one of those children, she'll take on anything.
There are sports I can't do because I'm on warfarin, like tag rugby and karate. I used to want to do karate, but I wasn't allowed because I bruise it because of warfarin, which I'm on because of my heart condition, which makes me bruise easily and bleed easily. My PE teacher is my form tutor, Miss Byrne, who's over there. And I also have another form tutor called Mr. Sims. Miss Byrne and Mr. Sims both know about my heart condition and what it affects and stuff.
Every day I see Carys. I see her in the morning for 15 minutes, form tutor time, and then again in the afternoon, which is called personal time. She's in with our tutor group for 20 minutes. And then every Friday morning she has a double lesson of PE with me. Carys's condition was quite new to us here, and obviously it's been a bit of a learning curve for us. The main reason I know about it is from what Carys has told me, but also when we had a meeting with her mum, and her mum has filled me in about it really. I think the main effect of this condition for Carys at school is her getting around school. For a bit, when she was coming to my tutor group, which is on the top floor of the building, she was coming the long way around because it was the direction of the flow of the students were meant to go in. But so sometimes getting to lessons on time can be quite tricky because sometimes she gets quite breathless. So like we've changed that for tutor time in the mornings, she can come through reception, so it's more of a direct route to our tutor group. What we have changed for her in PE is when we were doing rugby and football, she opted out of the rugby and went and did dance instead. So she wasn't being left out of an activity, we just changed the activity that she wasn't involved in rugby. If Carys feels tired or needs a drink at any time during her PE lesson, she just has to ask and she can sit out. Like for example, at the moment we're doing fitness in PE lessons, when it comes to us doing the bleep test or the Cooper run, she'll get to sit out and have a breather, or not, instead of running it, she could just walk it, just that she still feels that she's involved, but she doesn't have to keep going if she needs to stop.
Some of my friends know about my heart condition. Some of my close friends know more than others. Some just know that I've got half a heart, and some know quite a lot, like about my open heart and my catheters.
Not really. We just treat her like anyone else. We just forget about her heart. We don't really because we think sometimes if we leave, make her go slower, it might be leaving her out a bit. Treat her like a normal person, like a normal friend, rather than a person with half a heart.
My relationship to Carys is why she's in school. I'm like a mum, I guess, really. I will deal with any issues that she's got while she's in school. If there are any curriculum issues or issues with other children, I'm the person that she will come to, and I generally take care of her while she's here. We haven't had a problem. We've done a lot of preparation work, and Mum has been excellent, and she's come in, and we've had several interviews with Mum before she actually came up to school. And before we went out onto a residential course, Mum came in and we met, and we had a good discussion of things that are likely to arise when we've gone away. So I think the preparation work that we've done has really helped her to settle in. We've gone through a medication, we've gone through any problems that she's likely to have if she starts to run out of breath or if she does too much. And when we were going away, we looked at how much medication she had, how often she should have it. Should she have an infection, we had antibiotics. And basically anything that crops up like that, we tend to sort of plan in advance for, really.
I went into school the term before she started, so that I could talk to the people who were going to be most in charge of Carys's pastoral care. I sent in some information, about 4 pages of notes on what was the matter with Carys, what operations she'd had, and what things she found difficult, and then went in and spoke to the person who was the head of house and also the person who was going to look after her medically, who's a school nurse, and was able to talk with them about the detail about Carys's condition. And they say that happened the term before, so that they were well prepared and they'd already thought about what was going to happen before she started. The teachers were very interested in what Carys's conditions were and wanted to know how they could make sure that she was safe. There was a certain amount of, well, we've got children with all sorts of different things at this school, everything will be fine. I did have to spend a bit more time explaining that Carys is in some ways more difficult because she looks very well and she behaves very normally. And so it's a little bit more difficult for staff to realise that actually there's other things going on under the surface, and they've got to be aware of the warfarin and her stamina levels. She has the problem of sometimes everybody thinks she's completely normal.
Usually I spend break in either the library or the ICT room or the canteen because I don't usually go outside when it's cold. I have passes to go to saying I can go to the toilet when I need to, and another one which says that I can go to first aid anytime I want to. I just show them to the teacher and they have to say that I can go. I've used them both once. One of the times I used it because I was feeling really sick and I had to go home and then I was sick.
We do have children with lots of specific individual needs, and we've got a good pastoral system with the house managers in place, and we've got good support with first aid and tutors. So I just think it just reinforces the need to treat children on an individual basis, but and of course we always aim to improve on what we do. So if anything new has cropped up, then obviously we've taken that on board. And I think that was especially true with a residential trip, especially for me, as I was in charge of a medication and on my own rather than a first aider. We do have consultation days, obviously, with the tutors, and I think if Mum and Dad came in then, they could obviously discuss anything like that. The other meetings that we've held, like I said, on the residential trip, we did have a meeting especially for that, and to discuss any issues that might arise. If there's an issue that crops up, then we're always available to deal with that, and obviously we appreciate the support from home, and we appreciate them coming in and telling us what we need to be doing, really, to support her correctly.
Sometimes I miss a bit of time off school for hospital appointments, but my mum usually books them for after school, which is quite annoying because I want them during school time so I can miss lessons. I used to have blood tests at the hospital every like 2 weeks, but now I have one of the machines to do my blood tests at home, so I can do it in the morning at home. I do dance and drama, like youth theatre, and at my youth theatre drama club we do singing and more dancing and stuff like that, and plays. Yeah, that's on a Wednesday after school, and because we're doing a performance soon, it's on Sundays as well. The dress rehearsal's on Sunday. I do guitar lessons every Friday, and they're quite well. They're quite good. I have a good teacher.
From my point of view, early intervention has been the best solution, really, is to get the parents in straight away, to find out as much as you can from the parents about the condition, to try and understand that condition yourself. And then it's awareness for the rest of your team. So it's important to pick a tutor that can understand those issues. And with Carys, we've put them with a PE teacher, because it's the PE that's going to be, if there is going to be a problem, it's most likely happen in PE. So that's developed a good understanding of both the tutor and the PE teacher. And just make sure that your school has an awareness of what is going on. And the earlier intervention you can do that, the better. Plan ahead if you know there's sports days coming up, or if you've got trips, and just make sure that everybody's aware fully of the situation. Never leave anything to chance, really.